guys, and welcome back to Cooking with Remy. Let's get cooking. Hi guys, welcome back. I have very exciting news. If you guys have been waiting on the edge of your seats for the new rebranded Cooking with Remy, we are back. The website is live. We have it all freshly redone. Please go check it out. It's stunning. She got a facelift. All the recipes are on there. We've got all the new ones on there. It looks amazing, so go check it out if you haven't already. So in today's episode, we're going to be doing low carb recipes. I just want to start with the disclaimer that this is not for weight loss purposes. If you guys watch my vlog channel, then you know that I have PCOS and it's something that I've been learning to live with for the past few years. And honestly, I'm not the best with it, but my doctor did tell me that she recommends a low carb diet for people with PCOS. To be fully honest, you guys, it's hard because I love my carbs. So I wanted to share some recipes with you guys today that are great if you are too trying to live a low carb lifestyle. And also, I know a lot of you guys also have PCOS. So if you do, you can try these. Even if you don't, they're still delicious, easy recipes. I made these extra easy because I've seen your comments that you guys want easy recipes. So I'm bringing them to you today. So on the menu, we are making chicken Alfredo spaghetti squash boats. This is a super delicious, high protein, creamy sauce with chicken, broccoli, and then served in a spaghetti squash boat, which is obviously a great alternative for normal pasta. Then we're gonna make a taco salad. This is super easy to make. You can meal prep these if you've got a crazy work week, and overall, just a delicious way to get your veggies in. And last but not least, we're gonna make some sticky orange shrimp lettuce wraps, which these are all of my favorite things. Anything orange, chicken, orange shrimp, orange whatever, I am all over, and putting them in a lettuce wrap makes it refreshing and delicious and crunchy. All right guys, let's get cooking. So we're starting with our cheesy chicken Alfredo spaghetti squash boats. This is just a lot of prepping, and once you do that, it pretty much assembles in like a few minutes. I've made spaghetti squash a bunch of times on this channel way in the past, but I personally always like to make mine in the microwave. That's how I've done it since I discovered spaghetti squash, but if you want to cook it in the oven or however else you like to do it, feel free to do so. You can also now buy like pre-made spaghetti squash nests at like Trader Joe's or Costco, so if you want to omit the whole actual squash itself, you can do that. How I've always cooked my spaghetti squashes is I just pierce them with a fork all the way around and then stick them in the microwave, but depending on the size, anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes or so. Because mine's on the larger size, I'm gonna cook mine for about 18 to 20. But again, this just depends on the size of your spaghetti squash and how you wanna cook it. While our spaghetti squash is in the microwave, I am now going to cook our chicken. You can use any protein that you'd like or completely omit the protein if you choose. I personally love the chicken Alfredo from Olive Garden, so that was my inspo for this recipe. For my chicken, I'm using chicken breasts, and I just coated them in a little olive oil and then seasoned on both sides. I used salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and paprika, but choose whatever you'd like. Once I coated both sides, I just cooked it in a pan over some olive oil and made sure obviously they were cooked all the way through. And once they were cooked, I took them off the heat and let them rest for about 10 minutes and then sliced them up, and they are ready to serve. For the broccoli portion, I am in the group that loves frozen broccoli, and we all know Olive Garden is definitely using frozen broccoli, and that's my favorite part of their chicken Alfredo. So I'm simply just throwing my bag in the microwave. You can totally, get a whole head of broccoli, chop it all up, you can steam it, you can roast it, you can air fry it, whatever you'd like. I'm just going the easy route because again, it's what Olive Garden does, and that's what Cooking with Remy is gonna do today. And that's pretty much almost all of our prepping. Now we just need to make our sauce. As I said, I am making a higher protein version today. If you guys are on Food Talk or on TikTok, then you might know that cottage cheese is having a moment. I have personally always been a fan of cottage cheese since I was a kid. My fondest memories were going to Chuck E. Cheese with my mom, and she'd get me some cottage cheese, sunflower seeds, and hard-boiled eggs at the salad bar, and I'd mix it together. It sounds gross, and it is gross, but I love it. So I personally never had a textural problem with cottage cheese. I totally understand people do, but lately I've seen people blending it in a blender or a food processor and basically using it in substitution for cream sauces or creamy things. And obviously it's just an easy high protein swap. So that's what we're gonna do today. Again, because I love cottage cheese. If you don't, you can totally make a normal, regular based Alfredo sauce. Okay guys, here we have our blended cottage cheese. I took some out for a different recipe, but I have about half of this container left for my boats. And to season this, I'm just gonna go in with my salt, pepper, We're gonna do Italian seasoning, very similar to the chicken, just so all the flavors meld together. Our garlic powder and our onion powder. Obviously you can add whatever else you'd like, maybe some nutritional yeast if you want it to be really cheesy flavored. I'm gonna add extra cheese on top of the boats when I'm done, so I'm keeping this pretty plain, but you can make this sweet, you can make this salty, and the last thing I'm gonna do after the seasonings is just add a little bit of milk in, almost like a quarter cup or so, just to thin this out. Stir it nice and gently, and you can eyeball it to how thick or thin you like your sauces. I definitely like my sauces on the thicker side. And there you go. This is my perfect sauce consistency, and we're ready to assemble. All right, guys, I have my spaghetti squash here. It's cooled a little bit. It was hot and steamy before. All right, we're gonna top with some of our microwaved broccoli. Getting gourmet here, but this is truly my favorite part of, again, chicken broccoli Alfredo. It's the broccoli. Topping with our chicken breast. Then I'm just gonna pour the sauce over. I like a lot of sauce to seep all in there. And then I'm gonna top with some Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna stick this in the broiler so that everything can heat up again. All the flavors can meld. And most importantly, the cheese can get nice and bubbly and gorgeous. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Hi guys, welcome to the garden. We're here to get some parsley. Look how much she's thriving over here. And she is loving the rain. So I'm gonna get some parsley to garnish. And now a little garnish. And she's done. And there we have it, guys. We have our cheesy chicken Alfredo spaghetti squash boats. I keep changing the name, but you guys get the gist. Time for our taste test. We've got our spaghetti squash sauce. We got our cheese on top, the chicken. Honestly, no chicken for this bite. I'm doing broccoli. It really does smell like Olive Garden. Now, I'll be the first to say, obviously this is not pasta, but it still tastes really good. So I highly recommend trying it. Wow, it really does taste like Alfredo sauce though. Bon appetit. Let's move on. Moving on to recipe number 2. Again, this is very easy and requires mostly just prep work. And as I said, you can prep Sunday night and then maybe even have lunches for the entire week, depending on how many you want to eat. But we are making a delicious taco salad. So basically you can put whatever you want on yours. For my protein today, I'm doing ground turkey. I just took some lean ground turkey and sauteed that in a pan. And then once it was like 80% cooked or so, I threw in a spicy taco packet seasoning. You can make your own from scratch if you'd like. Sprinkle that in. Make sure it's all nice and cooked all the way through. And that was pretty much just my protein. For my toppings, I'm doing pretty much everything you would find on a normal taco salad. I also made my own homemade tortilla chips or tortilla strips. I love a crunchy element to my salads. Basically, I just found some low-calorie tortillas and I just chopped them all up into little thin strips, coated them in a little bit of avocado oil, and then put them in the air fryer for like 4 minutes. And then last but not least, we need our dressing. As we all know, I'm not normally a cilantro fan. I'm one of those people that thinks cilantro tastes like soap genetically, but I have to say, I love a creamy cilantro dressing. There is something so delicious about it, and I look forward to putting it on any salad, and it's actually super easy to make. So I like to make my dressing in a blender. You can do a food processor, you can use whatever you'd like, but this is just really easy and small and compact. We're gonna start with just a big bundle of cilantro. To make it nice and creamy, I'm gonna add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of mayo. I'm using avocado oil mayo, but any mayo works. And then again, to make it even more creamy, sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt in place here. We're gonna do the juice of 1 lime straight into here to add a nice little kick. She was a juicy one. I have 1 jalapeno here that I cored and took all the seeds out. I'm just gonna plop this in the whole thing. It's not too spicy because I took the seeds out, so it just adds a nice little mild heat. We've got 1 garlic clove raw, just a little small one to add a nice kick. Then season with a little salt, pepper, a little drizzle of olive oil, and last but not least, just like a little bit of water, 1/4 cup or so. Just depending on how smooth or creamy you like it. If you want it to be a little thicker, you can add a little more mayo or a little more sour cream. If you want it thinner, a little more water. Mine's definitely on the thinner side, so I'm gonna do a little more mayo and a little more sour cream. I totally forgot. Also, we're gonna add half an avocado right into here and blend again. And there we have the perfect cilantro dressing. It's so good. I don't even like cilantro and it's good. All right, guys, now time for the fun part. We're going to assemble. Now, for our base, I'm using iceberg lettuce because that's obviously very traditional taco lettuce. Not that this is traditional by any means. That's what I'm using today. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of iceberg, and we all know that. I actually prefer romaine, but again, I figured this was fitting for the episode. For our toppings today, we're using beans, corn, jalapenos, tomatoes, limes, onions, avocado, turkey, and the tortilla strips. Again, feel free to do whatever you want. You can also sprinkle it all over, but just for the photos today, I'm gonna put them in little piles on the side. All right, guys, we have our finished salad. You can eat this all in one sitting, mix it up, serve it at a family function, whatever it is. It is so good. You're gonna love it. So easy to make, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's move on to the last recipe. So first up, we have my shrimp. You can do this with chicken, you can do this with beef, tofu. Ooh, tofu would be really good. But I'm doing shrimp today. I peeled, deveined, and pat dry my shrimp. And now we're gonna make their coating. All right, so to make our shrimp nice and crispy, I'm going to coat them in some cornstarch. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this to a bowl, maybe like 3 tablespoons or so. And then you can season this however you'd like. We're still gonna coat them in a sauce after, but for the actual like breading portion, I wanted to have some flavor. So I'm doing salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, mustard powder, and then also a little bit of ginger just to give it a little kick. All right, so we have our shrimps, we have our cornstarch, we've got our air fryer basket. I'm just gonna spray the bottom with some oil. I'm gonna dip the shrimps into our cornstarch, get them nice and coated all around, tap off our excess, and then lay them right in our basket, and we're gonna spray each one with a little more oil on top. All right, our shrimps are ready to go. I'm gonna put these in the air fryer at 350 degrees, cook them for like 2 to 3 minutes, flip, 2 to 3 minutes. You don't wanna overcook your shrimp, and it's very easy to do so. And now let's work on the sauce. Now to make our sticky orange sauce, I'm going to put a little olive oil over medium heat, and I've chopped up 2 to 3 little garlic cloves. I did a pretty coarse chop, and we're just gonna let those saute. All right, so cook up our garlic till it starts to get a little browned. I have the fresh juice of 1 orange, and now I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat here, and then I'm gonna remove the pot and put it to the side off the heat. And I made a slurry, which we do often on this channel. It's about a tablespoon of cornstarch with just a little bit of water, and it makes this liquid consistency. We're gonna pour this in while stirring, and it's immediately gonna thicken up our sauce as we keep stirring, 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 and then put it back on the heat on low. This made a nice thick paste. I'm gonna add water in little by little until we have that glazy consistency that we want. All right, and there we have it. Our sauce has come together. Now we can add our little crispy shrimp and coat them nicely. Now I'm gonna put my shrimp onto the lettuce. Normally the lettuce cups are a little bit bigger. This is just a butter lettuce leaf, but because they're small, I'm just gonna do 1 shrimp per lettuce leaf. I swear it tastes like better Panda Express. It's so good. We've got our little lettuce cups here. And then for toppings, you can do whatever you'd like. I personally have mango, avocado, carrots, cucumber, and green onions. But if you wanna put, pineapple would be good on top, whatever you want. All right, guys, here are the sticky shrimp lettuce cups. They look and smell amazing. I must do a taste test for this one because I just gotta get one in my mouth right now. I like how like little and individual they are. Perfect little hors d'oeuvre for a party, perhaps. That was a really big bite. Whoa. Wow. Honestly, guys, 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you make any of the things, I've got sesame seeds in my mouth. Tag me on the Cooking with Remi Instagram page. Also, go check out my TikTok and the Cooking with Remi Instagram because we've been posting so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.